Hey folks, how are you? Happy Saturday. Hope everyone is doing okay. So I have here this Aquarian Tarot. I've had it for a really long time. This is probably the third such of this deck that I've had. And as you can see, it's not terribly beat up. And so I was looking to beat it up. I am kind of going through my decks and figuring out which ones I feel like using professionally, which ones are more for teaching or for study. So I'm trying to figure it all out. Hey, Stephen. Hi, good to see you. In fact, I owe you an email. I have to talk with you about projects we know about and also a project we don't know about. So anyway, here I am with this Aquarian deck, which I have some love for, I guess, but let's see how much I love it. Go ahead and ask a question. What would you like to know? I'll do some readings, and we'll see how I do with this deck, and we'll see how things are going for you. So, if you'd like, go ahead and ask a question in the comments. In the meanwhile, let me let you know some things I've got going on. First of all, hey, Nicola, go ahead and type some questions in if you want some readings. And while I'm waiting for questions, let me make a couple of announcements. Let's see. First of all, of course, my book, Fortune Stellar, is available, and it is available on Amazon. So if you don't have your copy, go ahead and get it. I also want to let you know that the next edition of my Tarot Topics newsletter will be out early tomorrow morning. So if you're subscribed, it will be in your mailbox. Okay, Nicola wants to know where her career is going. Let's take a look. Okay, let's see. Okay, Nicola, my feeling is your career is not going where you want it to go right now. And I guess the first question is, where do you want it to go? I think that's part of the problem. You need to figure out exactly what you want, I think. And I can tell you that what's going on at your current situation right now is not what you want. It may be time for a raise, a promotion, or even a whole new job. Think about it and be willing to be brave. Okay, Heather Glenn wants a reading. Okay. Oh, and Nicola, thank you for congratulating me for my award for Fortune Stellar. I really appreciate that. Okay, Heather wants to know about finding love. Let's take a look and see what we see. Heather, I feel like two things. Really, the whole thing is you need to take better control of this aspect of your life. I feel like you need to be more proactive in terms of looking, but you also need to be more clear about what you want in an individual and in a relationship. I almost feel like you're afraid. You're afraid you won't find someone. You're afraid you won't find someone you're attracted to. You're not the kind of person who's attracted to just anyone, so it has to be something special. And I think there hasn't been much of interest recently. I also think there is something from the past that you're still hung up on. So let go of the past. Be clear about what you want. Be proactive about getting it, and I believe you will. Okay. So let's see. Let me back up in the comments and see what I've missed. Simona Tai, will I have a love affair soon? Let's take a look. Oh, I feel like there are a few candidates, maybe more than you realize, people who are interested in you. Do we see something coming together? The thing is, there may be more people interested in you than you are interested in others. So finding that right person, even if we're not looking for the right one, but just the right now one, I think that can be hard. So do I see options for love? Absolutely. I think, though, you might hold out until like June or July before something really starts. Now, Amy wants to know, what does the universe want her to know today? Oh, I accidentally pulled two cards. I was just going to pull one, but I pulled two. So, and this is interesting, Amy. You get Justice and the Six of Cups. This has to do with your past. This is about really, truly, fully putting closure to some hurtful things from your past once and for all so you can move on to the future. I think you know what we're talking about here. Okay, Anna F. Lima. I would like to know if this is the right time to move house. Let's take a look. see what we got going on. Yes. Yes, it is the right time to move, or it is the right time to start moving. It may take a while to put everything together. It may take a while to find everything you need to make it happen. But yes, now is the right time to start. Absolutely. Hey, Ryan, thank you for your congratulations. I really appreciate that. Hey, my friend Adina, how are you? How can I tell which of my gifts are the strongest? Well, and I think a lot of times when we talk about that, don't our gifts change, or the way our gifts present may change from day to day, moment to moment. And so when I look at your gifts, as you will, I feel like you are good at staying a step ahead of your children, and a lot of that is your intuition. I feel like you are good at communicating with those who have passed on, and you are also good at hearing your inner guidance. But tomorrow there may be new things that show up. Okay, let's see. Hey, Stephen. Okay, can you do a general work-related one for my partner, Daz? Absolutely. The first thing I'll say to Daz is, hey, you've got a great partner. We know that. Okay, what do we see for Daz's work? So you're smart, you're capable, and you seem to not be happy with what's going on right now. It feels like whatever's going on for work for you right now is not challenging you, or you're not learning, or you're not growing, or not being appropriately compensated. There's something there that's not quite right. I see that getting sorted out. I feel like by October, you'll be in a much better situation. It may involve, though, having to make a change. So be open to that. Okay. Hey, people. Hey, Jamie, how are you? Good to see you here. Okay. Kim Ellen Rivera, will my move to South Florida be a good move? Well, my move to South Florida was a good move, so I hope yours will be too. Let's take a look. Moving to South Florida for Kim Eileen. Actually, I think I mispronounced your name. Kim Eileen. 6 of Rods. Yes. Moving to Florida is a great move for you. Absolutely. Okay, Karen Hendershot, my good friend from Pennsylvania. Work and school, if I have a minute. Let's take a look. Okay, so school is very much the right thing for you. No matter what, you keep going to school. I don't care what happens, you just keep going to school. Work is kind of a pain in the butt, but that's why you're going to school, to correct your work situation. I will say this, though, regarding your work. I will say this. There will be some people there. There are some people there who are allies for you. And sometimes you have a hard time figuring out who your allies are. You have some allies that you don't realize. Okay. Patricia Lynn, my good friend who's doing the greatest crochet work. Oh my goodness gracious. If you're in the market for a beautiful crocheted shawl, Patricia Lynn is your girl. Check her out. And a quick message, Ace of Pentacles, new money coming soon. Maybe you're going to sell some of those shawls. Okay, Susie Zern, how are you? A general reading regarding your business. Leaving the corporate world in October to pursue your passions. Hallelujah. Yes, good thing. Let's take a look at that. Oh, but what comes up is the 9 of Swords. You're actually kind of worried about it. You're concerned about it. It's a big change. How are things going to be when you do this? It's going to be okay. It's going to be scary in some moments, but if we never did the scary things, we would all be stuck where we used to be, and none of us would be where we are. So don't be afraid of the scary part. Just go for it. It's going to work out. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay, Jamie, my question is, am I on the right career path as a therapist, or do I need to break from that and head in another direction? Let's take a look and see. Jamie, you're so good with people, and you really like to help people. I think you've found some career frustration. It might be that you're in the right church, but not yet in the right pew. I wouldn't throw out the baby with the bathwater, though. I would say be open to finding a way to making this career path work, because I think it can and I think it will. Hey, my good friend Martha Vink, I believe I have known Martha Vink for longer than any other person in this thread so far, because I met Martha when I was 14 years old. So, let's see, a message from Martha. Oh, Martha, there is new love coming for you. Whether you like it or not, whether you want it or not, there is new love coming. Be open. Sorry, it is what it is. I don't know why I should apologize for that. It's probably a good thing. I think it probably is a good thing. Okay. And Karen says, yep, people at work are a pain in the butt, not sure about the allies. You do have them. You do have them. But on the other hand, in that workplace, there's a part of me that says, trust no one, but don't be surprised if someone comes to your defense. Okay. And Jamie says, yeah, lots of frustrations in the career. Right. But those frustrations are not the universe telling you that you shouldn't be in the career. They may be the universe telling you you need to be in a different aspect of the career, or in a different community, or a different agency, or a different job. But that doesn't mean you're in the wrong field, and that's the important thing. Hey, Kimberly Essex, nice to see you here. And Amy wants to know what deck this is. This is the very old Aquarian deck. And when I say very old, I'm not a tarot historian. It's not that old. But I've had this deck for a long time, and it's in pretty good shape. And I was sort of looking at it for maybe doing a corporate gig tomorrow, because the pictures, while they work well for me, they're not terribly revealing to an audience that doesn't really get or understand tarot. So I was thinking about trying it out today, because I haven't used it in a while. Angie, nice to see you, Angie. Curious about your friendships. Well, I think you have a lot of good friends, although I think you may be sort of figuring out where you want your boundaries to be. Do not be afraid to have boundaries. Just because you're good friends doesn't mean you shouldn't have boundaries. And there may be some people who think they're closer to you than you want them to be, and that's perfectly okay. Okay, Jan Davies. Will the General Holmes situation change anytime soon? It needs to. I don't know that it will change on its own. You may have to take steps to change it. You may have to figure out what you need to do to change it. But it needs to. Hey, Roxanne, curious about your eye health. Yes, let's take a look. And I am hoping to see you and a lot of other people next week at FPG. Okay, so ocular health. There are some issues here that need to be dealt with. You need to take good care of yourself. It feels scary, but you will be okay. It is a pain, it is a problem, and there's a spiritual thing going on. As you're having issues with your eyesight, your third eye is opening and you're gaining more psychic and spiritual knowledge. Take advantage of that, open to it. You will always have vision issues, but I do not believe you will lose your eyesight. It will be okay. Okay, now let's see. Hey, Dana, my good friend. Alice, how about Alice in Yoga Land? Very good. Let's take a look. Be patient. It's going to take a while to grow this and get this where it needs to be, and you need to be better at getting the word out. You need to be better at marketing, but it is a good thing. It is a really good thing. Be patient. Okay, Linda Thompson Mills, how are you? Thanks for your congratulations. What do I need to know about my lack of energy after surgery earlier this year? And of course, when we're talking about a medical issue, of course, your doctor is your best source of health information. But what I can tell you about this is it takes a while. You're healing. Give it time. Eat right, sleep right, meditate. It's okay. Do run it by the doctor just to make sure, but I think it just takes time and you'll be okay. That's what I think. I also think you're not doing self-care the way you should be. Just my opinion. Oh, Sabrina, this was your first deck. Yeah. It's a good one. Hey, Addie Arpin, how are you? And so I'm getting some love for the Aquarian here. That's fabulous. Okay, D wants to know, will I find any opportunities that would be compatible for me and that realistically I'd be able to take advantage of? Now, here's the thing. D is one of the best astrologers I have ever met. Honestly, and this is not coming from the cards, this is just coming from me. D, I think if you just put yourself out there as an astrologer more, that would be your best opportunity. And it would be such a good opportunity for the people around you because you kick butt in this regard. Now, I'll do your reading. Four of Pentacles. The thing is, you're limited in terms of what you can do. I don't mean in terms of your skill. I mean in terms of your time and your energy and all of that good stuff. So there are some real limitations, but do not let those limitations become stumbling blocks. And I think that's what you've done. You look at the limitations and it becomes hard to put yourself out there in the way you can. That's what I think. So you will create your own opportunities. Jennifer Page. Will I get a job closer to home soon? Oh, well, that's how the new job is going. Yeah, actually you will. Probably around June. Okay, let's see. Hey, Shelley Perkins Shiner, how are you? Just wondering if my knee problem will ever get better. Oh, I'm so sad. You know what my father, the minister, would say about a knee problem? He would say you need to be on your knees praying more. But, well, he probably wouldn't say that. But I don't know. It sounded good at the time. Okay, anyway. Knee problem getting better. 9 of Cups. This is interesting. I'm not a doctor. I feel like you need better hydration. You need to drink more water. I also feel like you might need to be exercising in some way. You might need to be changing your diet. You need to treat the whole body here. It's going to take time. There are some structural issues. There may be some medical treatment you need, but ultimately, yes, it will not always be this bad. Hey, Allison Limehouse, nice to see you here. And here's Tanya Carter, nice to see you. My birthday is next week. What do I need to be focusing on in this upcoming year? Well, first of all, happy birthday to you, Tanya. You need to be focusing on love, whether that is self-love, improving a love relationship, finding a love relationship, one way or the other. It's all about love this year. Sabrina wants to know, should I start reading for the public again? 8 of Pentacles reversed only if you want to. You've certainly got the skills and the abilities, but I think there are some ways you like it and some ways you don't. You need to figure out what you enjoy about reading professionally and what you don't, and create a business for yourself that really just is the stuff that you enjoy. Allison Limehouse, I have a body question, feeling fatigue. What can I do? Anything extra? And Allison Limehouse has an amazing body because she's a Pilates instructor and also the inventor and instructor of Rollology, an amazing exercise technique. So she has a great body. What can she do regarding her fatigue? And again, that's a good question for your doctor, of course. But I think a lot of it is you have been working really, really, really hard. And you may need to take some time away. You may need a little bit of a vacation, whether it's a couple of hours or a couple of days. You need time for you. Okay, let's see. Hey, Sean Morse, so nice to hear from you. Good friend in Connecticut, live bands touring, and a bunch of other good stuff that Sean does. What direction is Sean going in? Well, Sean is going in the direction of trying to figure out Sean's direction. What it looks like is you're trying to take what you have been building over this time and turning it into something for the future. So to go forward, you have to look to the past, take what you've been building and move it forward. Okay, Jennifer wants to know, what about James? Is he really going to move to Houston? Yeah, I believe he actually will. Hey, Jennifer Wiefenbach, how are you? Any thoughts on love or work? Oh, gosh. Actually, yes, I do see love for you. And I do see work for you. I think you're going to figure both of these things out. Hey, Barbara, what would be the best thing for me to focus on when I have a break from work? Yourself, taking care of yourself, doing for yourself. Focus on you and self-care and having fun. Hey, Lee, it's nice to see you. You know what? Okay, now you're here. I had said that Martha Vink was the person in this thread that has known me the longest since she met me at 14. You met me at 12. So now you get that distinction. Okay, you guys, I want to thank you all so much for being here. Really appreciate it. I want to remind you that I am available for readings by phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, or in person here in my Palm City office. I can also come to your house or office, depending on where you are. I also want to let you know I will be at FPG in St. Petersburg next week, Wednesday through Sunday. I'll be doing readings there. I'll be teaching classes. I'm one of the headliners. I'll also be signing and selling books. And while I'm gone, I am still available because I have my traveling mobile office. I am still available for readings by phone, Skype, and FaceTime. So reach out. I will look forward to speaking with you. And again, my new newsletter comes out first thing in the morning. So if you're signed up for it, look for it in your inbox. If you're not, look for it here on Facebook. And if you like it, make sure you sign up for the next one. Thank you all so much for being here. I'll look forward to seeing you soon.